Well, there's always anticipation when there's a budget address, and this is the first time of this administration to do one. And so, certainly you want to find the common ground that, as a Republican, I can agree with the Democrat administration. I'm about jobs and making our economy grow. That we can agree on. I'm not sure I like the assumptions that his budget was based on. It's an assumption of raising about over $1 billion in revenues, and that's taxes, and taxes usually come from people in Illinois. So I'm concerned about that as a starting point because we've gotten into overspending problems in the past, and kind of has led to our financial situation right now. So beginning at that starting point to me is troublesome. I'm open to review and analyze his idea of not making the full pension payment. He wants to borrow $2 billion, and that, there again, that's a similar problem we've had in the past that didn't work well. So, but I want to see how the bond houses analyze this idea of changing the ramp of the pension payment. But the problem is we need to fund these pensions. It's a liability, and skipping that payment or not making the full payment doesn't getting us closer to actually getting where we need to be a funded pension system. So. I will applaud him for his just forthrightness and telling us exactly what he wants to accomplish. I don't want people to continue to leave Illinois, and I'm worried with this minimum wage increase that just came in 2 weeks of session very quickly and already signed into law. I'm worried that a lot of small businesses are very fearful downstate of how they're going to stay in business, and then I'm worried that will lead to unemployment in our downstate area, or people leaving the state of Illinois to find other employment. It's time will tell. The nuts and bolts begin with the legislative process, and that will begin our appropriations. We'll start with a framework and try to appropriate. Certainly we want to appropriate and fund the vital services, education, higher education, things like that. I was a little disappointed that he didn't mention the Quincy Veterans Home. That's very important to me, but I have a firm commitment from the administration that they will move to take care of that. So, and when I analyze that budget that we just got, perhaps that's buried in there somewhere, but that's very important to me, is that we fund the Quincy Veterans Home that's already begun.